Hello, so it's me again after a while. I'm going for a walk. Um, this crossway needs to have lights because you can't really see the cars when they're coming, and it's traffic lights I meant by that. Where's the. How do you change the camera to the front one? Okay, this is that. So I go for walks, and this is one of the paths that I take. I'm unemployed. My last job was at Volkswagen with a company called Messings. So I was there for a few months, and it's been like 2-3 years now that I'm unemployed again. This is a hill, gets me breathing more heavily. I went with my bike when I still used it here, and also on the further down the road. So I'm unemployed. I went to Brno once for a job interview. They weren't interested. It was AT&T. I tried AT&T here in Bratislava, Slovakia. They said no. They didn't even call me for an interview here in this city. So there's supposed to be a lockdown starting Saturday. Today is Friday. Today's Thursday. I got these face masks along with some boxer shorts, underwear. I think this is intended for women, and it said you have to buy 3 at once. So it cost me like, just that cost like 45 euros. I usually go alone. I remember going when I still went to the Capuchins about 10 years ago. I went with them, but it was just a day. there's really nothing here on this road. Some houses here. So that was my work. Then I sent some emails to people on my CV and that. No other interviews, I don't think. I talked to some people on the phone. I also wanted to get my theology studies done. When I was in Univerzita Komenského theology, I didn't write my thesis. They required like 60 or 80 pages. I had like 20 by the deadline. So I went to the person in charge of the students, the administrative worker, and she said, request cancel it, like termination of studies. So I did. And I was 8 years there. So I tried to go to Trumau in Austria. So I wrote them an email saying that I'm diagnosed with a mental illness. Slovakia gives me like 130 euros a month. And because they had high tuition fees. And they didn't reply. Because they said on their site, like if you need, we offer scholarships, but if you need more money from us or from whoever, then you have to write by like January or something. That was like a lot, like many years ago. Well, maybe not that many, maybe 3, 4. And they didn't reply. So I talked to a person from church called David. He teaches at universities here in Slovakia and also by computer. So he took me there by car, and I met an American working as a secretary or something. Her name was Lydia, if I'm not mistaken. And she said, send your like all the grades that you got from the previous studies. So I wrote to them. They sent me like 5 pages. And then I photographed the pages because I didn't have like a document, like an electronic one of it. I sent it to the Trumau again, and the second time they didn't reply again. So I said, this is not good. So they probably, I don't know what the problem is. I think Slovaks run the school. I saw photographs of Cardinal Schönborn going there. He probably goes to every university. It's like an hour away from Vienna. And they say that the Greek Catholics, they call them Byzantine, but they're Greek Catholics. I told Lydia that there are like 20 Eastern churches that are in communion with the Pope. And she didn't know. I don't know what those Slovaks are doing. Maybe something criminal. Because the person that I wrote to, and I'm not sure who got the email the first time because it was like a general email. Second time I had an email with an actual name and it was a Slovak. And so maybe he was the one that got the first email too. So as you see, no lights. This is a paved road. There were signs at the beginning when I turned it on for cyclists, telling the distance and time or whatever. Because this used to be mainly for like hikers. And even at the end, there's signs for not for hikers anymore, but for like cyclists. So I don't know. Like if you go to Old Town in Bratislava, it's really there are no cycling paths. Like in this old city, cyclists like race through the crowd. I think it's dangerous and really annoying. Like if I go to the university library or when I go to church to Franciscans or the Jesuits,